Always a pleasure to have our first guest with us here at IFA in Berlin, Germany. And this year, no exception, because he helped set the stage, talk to us about the show. This show, rich in tech history since 1924. He hasn't been in charge that long, trust me. But the Executive Vice President of Messe-Berlin and Executive Director of IFA is Jens Heithecker, as always. Hello, Jens. Welcome back into tomorrow. How you doing, sir?
Very good, Dave. I'm very happy to be here on your show, and yeah, the show's going well, and I feel good.
Yes, as well you should. And I like when you're so relaxed, because all's not only going well, but I think you're breaking records again. You're doing all kinds of attendees. You've got an amazing setup in where you have allowed us to broadcast from this year. For the first 14 years, we were always in another hall. Great job, wonderful opportunities. But then you thought, we're going to do something different. And in this case, IFA Next. It's the edge of innovation. Tell me about that and how, well, not so much how we ended up here, but how this excitement in this hall is happening.
Yeah, indeed. We changed the conception of IFA. You know, IFA is mainly about products for the next season, for the Christmas season. That's the most important season for the retailers and for the consumers.
Sure.
Because consumers like to buy new stuff, new devices around Christmas. And what we did here is we created on the main exhibition site a brands-only area. Means in all of the exhibition halls here you will find the branded product for the next season.
Which is awesome, and this is a huge facility, by the way. There are, what, 28 halls, and most of them have 2 stories. And
it's by far worldwide the largest show specialized in consumer electronics and home appliances, and we are very proud of this. What we did additionally, we separated the ODM manufacturing side, the supplying side. There's a huge manufacturing chain behind this industry.
Yeah.
And we separated it to another exhibition site in Berlin. It's by far the largest sourcing show for the industry in Europe, at least. And the third point, and that's the most important, that's what you are talking about. Over the years, we had so many partners, research labs, startup areas, innovators in IFA, conferences in different areas, growing up on the organic way, that we thought, wow, wouldn't it be better to bring it together in one hall, not only to make it easier for media, for our trade visitors, for our public visitors, to find them in one hot spot, but also to bring them together to create a new energy, to create an engine, an innovation engine. And that we did here means we have in this one hall the startups, the grown-ups, the tech giants like IBM, like Amazon. We have here in the research labs like Fraunhofer, like other ones from all around the world in one hall, squeezed together, and that creates an amazing energy, and it's a real powerhouse for innovation.
And you're right about that too, because as I look out from the broadcast booth, I can see IBM and I can see Amazon, and a lot of these big organizations are surrounding these startups and these folks that are here to network, oftentimes with these big companies, and they're showing them their innovations. And there's no doubt that the name, the Edge of Innovations, it's very nice that is being used, because it really describes what's happening here. The excitement and the folks that are showing. We've had so many of the exhibitors from this area that will be on the broadcast this week and next, 2 weeks worth of coverage, and then some. We're talking. We have so many people here to talk to. We've got to come back with so many more interviews. So stay tuned into tomorrow. But what's exciting is these folks are all able to network with each other, and they have great ideas, and now they're sharing information and saying, we can work together. This is an opportunity to have yet another product, perhaps, and that's fun to sit back and watch how they are all excited about this.
That's what I call a powerhouse for innovations.
Yes.
And that we created here first time. We overwhelmed by this first time success from the first day on. We had a lot of doubts around. The exhibitors were asking, what happened here right now? And
well, you're doing something so new that people will say, well, I hope it works. And I know your own staff were like, wow, this has got to work for us. And it did from the moment it opened.
But not from the moment it opened. Earlier, from the moment we announced it at our global press conference in Lisbon in April, we felt this overwhelming positive feedback by journalists, by media from all around the world from the start on, and that makes us proud and very optimistic that we could bring together here the most innovative companies.
And talk about the keynotes here too. We of course have highlights from keynotes. We have several of the keynote speakers that will be on the show this week and next. A lot of key people that are in fact noting and doing some great speeches here at IFA.
Yeah, of course. We had the people from Philips, who's one of the leading companies worldwide in healthcare, in digital healthcare. We had here from Huawei big announcements from the CEO of the consumer business.
Yeah.
We had here from other companies like Fitbit. They presented
CEO and founder of Fitbit.
They presented the Ionic, the new watch, the new fitness watch. But additionally, we have the IFA Plus Summit with the futurists. Usually we say we have the product show for the current season, for the next season. We have IFA Next, that's for the products in 2 to 5 years. We bring together startups, grown-ups. And we have our IFA Plus Summit, that's for the long-term future. 10 years in the future. And
you could say 10 years into tomorrow.
10 years into tomorrow. Okay, we got a little bit older by then.
Yeah.
But
yes, exactly.
But it's important for the companies, even for the startups, to know what will happen. What's the main trends? What are the main trends in every area of our society? And that's important for individuals, for the companies, as for the society.
And for them to get that edge, if you will, to be able to say, we've got something that will solve these problems in a few years. Let's start working on it. And there's that same networking
I think the first
excitement.
step, the very important step, is to acknowledge the challenges for the future.
True. And you're doing it here, especially with IFA Next. Now, and this is just one hall that has some of the most amazing things in it. You have so many other halls that have great new products and home appliances, consumer tech everywhere.
That's very interesting. Yeah, but indeed, we have larger presentations, huge presentations by the big names, by Samsung, Sony, LG, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
But don't underestimate the home appliance industries. And this year we see another huge step of innovation in this area especially. We have new kinds of cooking called dialogue cooking. I'm sure you will explain it to your listeners.
If I knew what it was, I would be happy to.
It's a very interesting thing. You have to ask. Or at the end, the remote control by gesture, by voice recognition. That's very important in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If your hands are a little bit dirty sometimes.
True. Or in the middle of cake dough or something, or bread, you got to have something else happen.
And then you got a call.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah.
With the voice control, it's no problem at all, and it's very important, especially in living areas like in the kitchen. And it's a very innovative industry at the moment, and I'm so happy that we have by far the largest home appliance show inside our show as well.
By all means. Well, thank you for having us again, and for our 15th year. You're the man who brought us here originally, and we thank you for that, because we have learned so much over the years, been able to share with our audience so many cool new products and services, all from IFA, and we hope to continue to do that.
It's really such a pleasure and honor that you were on our side on the rise of IFA over the last 15 years. Perhaps you were the cause.
No, well, I wouldn't go that far, but thank you for that. We'll take a little bit of that credit maybe to help. This show has become so international since 1924. I wasn't around there either, so don't even think that. But the changes have been so favorable, so powerful, especially in the last few years, honestly, since you were at the helm. So the Messe-Berlin did the right thing in bringing you in for IFA.
You have different opinions, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, that's their problem. The executive vice president of Messe-Berlin, that's the big company that runs the show and many other shows, but more importantly, the boss, El Jefe. What's the other term, the German term that we were looking at on somebody's business card?
Geschäftsführer.
Geschäftsführer.
Means managing director or
the boss,
leader of the business.
There you go. The executive director in American terms, if you will, of IFA, Jens Heithecker. Thanks so much for kicking off our broadcast for the next 3 weeks worth of coverage of IFA.
Have fun.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And do stay tuned for more. You want to visit IFA-Berlin.com intotomorrow.com for more information. We'll get you there too, of course, when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. Oh, and thanks for the lovely cake as well. We have that on our website and on our Facebook pages and Twitter and Instagrams everywhere. A lot of folks commented about
only
that.
bitter thing is you can share the taste with your listeners.
Yes, I know, if only. Well, next time
But
we'll have a bigger cake and we'll send some to listeners.
We try.
Yeah, on our 20th year, if you still can put up with us by then. Intotomorrow.com. We're back with lots more from Berlin, Germany and IFA, the 2017 edition. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.